Welcome back to Wild Child Records. On the show today from North Carolina, we have the band, the country band Stillwater Junction. On the show today, we have lead singer Scotty Williard and songwriter Zach Hubbard. Thanks for being on the show today, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, how you doing? Appreciate it.
This is great. I love the smoke. That's what rock and roll is all about. I love that. So down in North Carolina, guys, before we get started, you got to tell me, how's the weather down there, Zach?
It's about 85 degrees, low light breeze. It's great out here.
That's great. And Scotty, are you in the same area just by Zach too, or?
I'm actually, no, he is about 30 minutes from me, but it is 80 degrees right now, sunshine.
Wonderful. So I just want to let everybody know here in Toronto, we have a fantastic band. We're here for you people. We're here in Toronto, Canada, the fourth largest city in North America, and we love our music, but more, we love our veterans. So before we get started, Zach, I want to thank you for your service, sir. Much appreciated. You guys are our heroes. So this is what it's all about. So why don't we flip it over? We all know we love to talk to the lead singers of the band. So let's talk to Scotty a little bit. And I know your connection's a little bit wonky, Scotty. Perhaps if just in case we'll flip over to Zach right away. But Scotty, tell us a little overview of the band, the members of the band, a couple of highlights, missions, goals. I'll take it away, Scotty.
All right. Well, it's a 4-member band. Me as, of course, as the lead vocalist and front man. My lead guitarist and my backup vocalist, his name is Benny Ratterman. We call him the Rat Man. He looks like a 70s child that was born in the wrong era. Our bass player, his name is Ray Velvis. We call him the Reverend because he used to be a pastor back in the day, believe it or not. and then our drummer is Josh Revis. Our music style, we're considered multi-genre. I mean, our bass style is country, but we like to bounce between all the genres of country. We'll play country rock, southern rock, outlaw country rock, just a mash of all, but the bass line of it is country music, storytelling, nice guitar riffs, great bass lines, and drums that make your heart beat. But I mean, we started back late 2021, and then our first live show was January 1st, 2022. We've been on a nonstop train since then. We've shared the stage with the Marshall Tucker Band, the Piedmont Boys, Neon Union, Framing the Red, the Georgia Thunderbolts, Blackstone Cherry. We've had the honor of being nominated for 12 different music awards and 3 different music award categories for independent musicians.
Let me jump in a little bit because you got like so much great information. Like I said, you guys got quite the resume. So you go from outlaw country to southern rock, and I want to ask you about some of your congratulations on some of your awards, the ISO Award, the Josie Award. I love that name, by the way, Josie. I love that name. Right? And then the CCMA Awards. Can you tell us about that? And then I want to get into maybe we can bring Zach in there because I want to get into how country has developed, how it's moved forward, how it's gotten away from the twang and become a little more rocky. So before we bring in Zach, tell us a little bit about what the awards are and what they mean to you guys.
The ISSA Awards is the International Singer-Songwriter Awards. It's an internationally award show and association that deals with not just U.S. residents, but residents all around the world. It brings in musicians from overseas, Canada, all into the U.S. once a year in Atlanta, Georgia. And there's multiple different categories, and it's only for independent musicians. So if you're signed to a big label, you're not able to actually even be entered into these awards. It was our first award ceremony that we actually got to attend, and we had 7 nominations. At the end of the night, we wind up bringing home USA Gold Band of the Year, which was the top award that you could bring home, which was amazing to us considering it was our third year in existence. We just had released our full first album, and we were working on our next two singles. And it basically, to receive that recognition on our first award ceremony, it was kind of unbelievable in a way. And that was August of last year. Then after that, we got notification we was nominated in two categories for the Josie Music Awards, which are held at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. So we attended that award ceremony, and we wind up bringing home Album of the Year multi-genre.
Wow. Congratulations. I'm just letting you guys know I'm promoting. You guys are right now live on Facebook. So we've been promoting you guys. Hopefully your friends are tuning in. We love the comments. We love interacting. Let me flip it over to Zach now, because as the songwriter, you are the machine of the band. Okay? You are the machine. I mean, if you turn out good songs, you got a great band. If you turn out, well, you're going to be struggling a little bit. So let me ask you this.
More. Yeah, there's a lot more of those than there are.
But you know what? Hey, you hit one, you miss one, you keep on going. So let me ask you, Zach, because as a fellow songwriter, I find it very intriguing to talk to people where they get their inspiration. Because we all know old country music, it's all about the pickup truck, the dog, and your girlfriend leaving you. So how do you flip it into the modern time writing, Zach? Give us a little bit of recipe, your treats, your tricks.
I was lucky enough. My dad raised us, and he was true Southern rock. I mean, and rock and roll, anywhere from the Stones to Leonard Skinner. And my mom was 80s country.
Okay.
So I grew up listening to both. And with Scotty's help, a lot of my stuff I've written seems to blend those things together. I write a lot about experiences. The first song me and Scotty wrote together is all about veteran suicide. The newest release from Stillwater, me and Scotty wrote. It's a little more country, a little more, throw back a shot and chase some women, and but it's rock country. It's not crying in your beer. It's
not
celebrating
twang.
your beer.
Not twang. Celebrating. That's a good. I like that. That's a good one. That's great. If it's okay, can we touch a little bit on your service and share whatever you'd like to share about? Because I think it's very important that people know that you served and honor you. And so if you can just share a little bit, I know, but sometimes people don't like, veterans don't like to share too much. But if you could, that would be great.
No, I did 9 years in the Army. One tour in Iraq from August of 05 to August of 06 as a transportation or truck driver. We just drove and hauled whatever they told us to and dodged IEDs as best we could. I got out in 2007. It gets deep from there as far as things, I dealt with, or that a lot of us dealt with when we got home. The first song that, like I said, me and Scotty co-wrote about veteran suicide, it's loosely based on my story. Okay. It's not 100% because, not everything I did was worth writing a song about, but, we combined what I saw out there, other people go through. And that one sort of came by accident. I'd never met Scotty before, and I had another gentleman playing the song, a version that he had taken and rewrote. And then after meeting Scotty one night, listening to live music with some other friends, he hit me up and said, I want to take this on and see what we can do with it. I'm really good I like to think I'm really good with words. I can't play anything. I've tried. I was actually doing pretty good on the guitar, and I had some nerve damage in my hand, so I don't play guitar. I told Scotty, I said, I'll write you words. I know words. I know music. I don't know how to make words in the music. Scotty does. Without his knowledge and him being able to say, all right, we need this chord or this note, or Benny saying, all right, what about this lick? What about this riff? Or Josh and Ray adding to the little beats here and there and their ideas. Turn the first song into a really big deal for me as far as getting my voice out there and what I've dealt with and what a lot of these other guys and girls that come home deal with. The newest one they've released now, like I said, it's more of a blend of my growing up country and rock from my parents, Again, I sent it to Scotty. Scotty said, let's change this, make it sound like a song. And there we go. They took over.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And like you said, like when you're in the service, you got all your brothers and sisters right beside you, and you're in it knee deep 24/7. But like you said, when you get out of the service, you're so used to structure and support in your team that you're sort of left alone. You're kind of on your own. So can I ask you, do the boys in the band sort of replace that a little bit feeling when you're in the service?
Oh yeah. The first night I met them, the whole band, it was a rehearsal. And, I walked in and it was like I'd known these guys for years. We just got along. We continue to get along. Me and Scotty talk constantly, Ray and Benny and Josh. Sometimes there's days I live my life through memes. Not all memes that you can publish on Facebook, but my sense of humor is a little different than most. But we talk all the time. I go to see the band as much as I can. I always, I send a song. I do a song. I send it to Scotty. He gives me feedback of what direction it needs to go, what needs to change. Or sometimes it's like, I throw that one away. Let's start over again, and that's fine. Like you said, you can't write a hit every time.
That's right.
But if I sent something to Scotty and I can tell by the response if I've got something started, and if I've really nailed it, in about 30 minutes after sending it, Scotty sends me back a version that he's fixed or he's actually done on this program he's got, so I can hear the words and music behind it. But yeah, Scotty and them have become that brotherhood that I miss.
That's great. You know what? Let's take a quick break. Got to pay our sponsors. Our sponsors got to pay us. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, I want to ask Scotty what it means to have a veteran attached to your band. Stay tuned. You're watching Wild Child Records. We'll be right back.